Yo, what's up, everyone? This is Kaizouwar here. This is going to be more of a rambly, unorganized thoughts sort of video because I really wanted to talk about BlazBlue because I don't get to talk about it much anymore on my channel like I used to, and I really had to bring some of this stuff up. So, BlazBlue's been on this weird state. It's been at this weird state since I think it started at the end of BlazBlue Central Fiction's support, right? Back in 2017, right when Jubei was released as the final DLC character for Central Fiction, and right when BBTAG was first announced. I think the point when that happened, that's where things kind of go nuts. Now, it didn't happen exactly then, but the seeds were planted for shit to go crazy. We all know that Toshimichi Mori, the director behind BlazBlue, he is gone. He is gone from ARCSYS Works, and that is very sad because that means without him at the helm, you know, BlazBlue's gonna be a little bit different. So I wanted to talk about things that happened before this whole state, right? So we had BBTAG that come out. BBTAG didn't do too hot. I had no idea about the sales or anything like that, but seeing at least people I know, there's a lot of people who are not very big fans of it. Some people who do like it. There's no really middle ground for BBTAG's case. There was issues with DLC, there's controversy around that, so BBTAG was kind of doomed out the gate. It got better when it got its 2.0 patch, but doomed out the gate. Next, we had BlazBlue Alternative Dark War. We all know that BlazBlue Alternative Dark War didn't even get a chance to last a whole year before it got shut down, and this game was talked about like 4 years before it even dropped. So Alternative Dark War was a thing in the making for all those years, only for it to barely last 11 months before its inevitable shutdown. Sad. Really sad, because Mori did seem to really want to work on that, put a lot of time in it, but it just didn't work out. So that was already two major big blows against BlazBlue as a whole right there, right? But, you know, things did get slightly better. There wasn't really a big major anything of BlazBlue happening in between that time space. You know, rollback did come to BlazBlue Central Fiction and BBTAG, which was good, really good to keep people playing those games. But that was really the only major thing that happened between the end of Alternative Dark War until, well, now. Then there was this mobile game that was first known as Chaos Effect that featured BlazBlue characters, but now it's known as BlazBlue Entropy Effect, made by 91 Act, the same people who are behind BlazBlue Revolutionary Burning. Unfortunately, it's only Chinese at the moment, and it's relegated to PCs and Android devices, so, you know, don't know much about that yet. I can't even play it at this moment, so we're just going to have to wait till that becomes a thing, if it ever gets, like, an actual localization. You know, sometimes some of these mobile games just stay in China. Don't know if this is going to stay over in China. I doubt it, but at the same time, you know, it could. So really, the only thing that we've had major happen between the the rollback stuff between BBTAG and Central Fiction and Mori's leaving is Entropy Effect. And keep in mind, when Mori left, people saw that his name was taken off the ARCSYS board of directors, and he announced that he left. He's gone from the company, and he went to start his own company to do his own things, which is nothing. There's nothing wrong with it. But the thing is, BlazBlue's in this weird state where, since Mori isn't behind the wheel, ARCSYS Works has to do what they can with the series. And it's kind of weird to me, seeing how Alternative Dark War didn't do so hot. I remember this time where he posted up about Hearn, a character from Alternative Dark War. And everyone freaked out. Everybody was like, oh my god, this is Toya from X-Blaze, right? And everybody's freaking out. It was a big revelation we just didn't get to see in Alternative Dark War itself. So then mysteriously Mori deleted the tweet. Now, I have no idea why. I have no idea why Mori deleted the tweet. For all I know, maybe he just didn't want to upload it or anything like that. Or maybe he just realized that, oh wait, I wasn't supposed to show that or anything like that. But my guess is that it's ARCSYS related. I know it may sound a little bit crazy, but since Mori doesn't work with the company anymore, but since he's not with the company anymore, I don't think he can have anything to do with the company. So, you know, but Mori does have BlazBlue related stuff on his Twitter account, so I think I'm just going too far with that. I don't want to think that ARCSYS is telling him, hey, you're not working with us anymore. No, you can't talk about our company anymore or something like that. No, I don't think that's it. I just think Mori just had a second thought of making the tweet in the first place. I don't know. I just don't like doom thinking like this. You know, I don't like thinking the worst of things, but, you know, that kind of stuff. Really, nothing's really happening, you know? Nothing's really happening with BlazBlue. The mobile game isn't even in a region where I can even talk about it. A lot of people aren't going to play Entropy Effect, and people are just still playing BBTAG and BlazBlue, and people are really wanting a new BlazBlue game. That's pretty much all there is at this moment. So, we have the president of ARCSYS Works talk to someone at IGN about what's going to happen with BlazBlue, right? What's going to happen with BlazBlue? IGN asks, another thing that we talked about back in EVO was BlazBlue, where you said you had a plan, but that your first priority was to expand Strive. With Strive now being on every major non-Nintendo platform, crossplay being implemented, we're now going through Season 2. Are there any updates to your plan regarding BlazBlue? Kitaoka-san says, we are very proud of how the community has interacted with BlazBlue. One thing we're thinking about right now is that we don't want to really have Guilty Gear and BlazBlue competing with each other. So we are focusing mainly on Guilty Gear. But of course, BlazBlue is a title that the community loves. The community has put so much effort into making it what it is today, and keeping that in mind, we do want to touch back on the series at some point. So it's definitely not the case that BlazBlue is done. It is something that will be in the future, but for now, Guilty Gear is the main. Now, the thing is about BlazBlue is that BlazBlue was the big ARCSYS Works property. Guilty Gear had a lot of licensing issues with Sega Sammy, and essentially they had the property of Guilty Gear, and they couldn't really do anything about that. So, you know, they had to create BlazBlue instead to, you know, say, we're just going to have to start all over, you know? And then when they got Guilty Gear back, BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, they worked side by side. No big issue. We had BlazBlue games and Guilty Gear games. I don't think having BlazBlue out will cannibalize sales of Guilty Gear, and I don't think Guilty Gear being out will cannibalize sales of BlazBlue being out. I don't like that comment because they had Guilty Gear and BlazBlue side by side with no issue before. So I don't know what Mr. Kitaoka-san is trying to say there. I think I get what he's saying, but at the same time, it's just like, nah, there's something else to it. But he did say he is proud of the community that interacted with BlazBlue. So, you know, that's a good thing. He's talking about the BlazBlue community, which is great. But the thing is, he's talking about how Guilty Gear is the focus, right? They don't want to do anything with BlazBlue right now. BlazBlue is a future thing. So that's pretty much just confirmed that, yeah, we're not going to see anything from BlazBlue for a while. We don't know how long Strive is going to go on for before they're done with Strive, right? For all we know, Strive can just keep getting updates upon updates upon updates like XR did. BlazBlue's, it seems that like they don't want to do anything with BlazBlue considering all the I guess bad things that have been happening to BlazBlue as of late, you know? And it's obviously a property they can't, you know, get rid of. It's like one of their original IPs. ARCSYS Works doesn't have that many OG IPs, right? You know, they mostly handle other people's IPs. They only have very few limited IPs to themselves, let alone fighting game IPs. I mean, hell, Guilty Gear and BlazBlue are their only fighting game IPs that are original to them, right? So I could see them giving the Strive treatment, and a lot of people are not fans of that, you know? A lot of people do not want BlazBlue to become Guilty Gear Strive, and I would agree with that, right? It's not about it being Strive with the gameplay and whatnot. I mean, honestly, I like the gameplay with Guilty Gear Strive. It doesn't really matter to me. I just like playing the game. But a lot of people don't want to see BlazBlue's like core being stripped down or taken away or, you know, turned into something it's not. And of course, I don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. And for now, I don't know what BlazBlue can really do. BlazBlue has finally reached a point where I just have no idea what they can do with it outside of making a new fighting game that looks like, you know, ARCSYS' current games like DNF or Grand Blue Fantasy or Dragon Ball FighterZ. BlazBlue will just be one of them. And I don't want BlazBlue to look like that, to be honest, because I feel like BlazBlue would like get like all you need to do is just keep the 2D art style and just keep going and make it like look even better. You know, just give like an overhaul to the 2D art style and make it look even cooler than it does now. That's what I feel like that will make BlazBlue keep its identity, keep its unique identity compared to all the other fighting games out there, right? But you know, I don't want it to be just like a brand new ARCSYS fighting game that looks exactly the same like the other ones. I mean, granted, they look like good games, but I don't want them to look exactly. I don't want BlazBlue to be this Guilty Gear. I don't want it to be that. You know what I mean? BlazBlue has separated itself enough from Guilty Gear as it is. I want it to stay that way. But considering how Alternative Dark Warfare, considering how the reception is on BBTAG, and considering those are the last really 2 games that actually, you know, did anything, you know, obviously we got, you know, rollback to Tag and Central Fiction. We got a Switch port for Central Fiction. We got, like, you know, people still playing those games. And the community is still alive. They're just trying to chug along until the next game comes out or anything major BlazBlue coming out. But considering how, you know, how much BlazBlue has been impacted, you know, how much, you know, the creator's gone. Like, the guy who directed the games, Mori, created the characters, directed the games, wrote the story, he's gone. So BlazBlue's in the most bottom spot I can think of, right? It's like in a deep pit, and I have no idea how it's going to get out. And it's crazy. It's sad that Mori had to leave, you know, but if he wanted to leave and do his own thing, I don't blame him. You know, I don't blame Mori for leaving. For all I know, he could have left because of the Alternative Dark War. He could have left for BBTAG, and both of those were big issues. Both of those events that happened with those games were big things that impacted the BlazBlue IP. You know, a lot of people hated BBTAG. A lot of people liked it, but a lot of people did hate that game. And a lot of people weren't fans of Alternative Dark War because it was a mobile game with lore that we were never going to get overseas. So people just want a new BlazBlue game, and I don't blame them for that. People just want a new BlazBlue fighting game. But I think, you know, right now, at least we have rollback and other means to play with other people with BlazBlue, so the game isn't just completely lost to the wayside. That's the good thing about having, like, a good game like BBTAG and Central Fiction. You can still play it today with your friends and still talk about character matchups and still talk about, you know, characters and all that junk, music, all that stuff. Just things you like about BlazBlue, right? But with Mori gone, I've never been so unsure about anything in my life regarding BlazBlue. You know, I thought when BBTAG came out and the whole DLC issues and people were complaining about it, I thought, surely things can't get worse than this, right? Surely they're going to pick themselves up, which they did. They did pick themselves up with BBTAG, and the game got better. But, like, it just kept escalating downwards with this. You know, you feel like, what's going to happen now? With Mori gone, ARCSYS has no plans to do anything with BlazBlue as of now. The only thing that came out with BlazBlue majorly is a mobile game in China. Like, what's going to happen now? And I can say I have no idea to that. It's so confusing, and it's kind of heartbreaking to think about it, but the community is still alive, and that's a good thing. The BlazBlue community is not the biggest, but it's one of the most dedicated ones out there. People who started in and Calamity Trigger are still here to this day. I don't think once you get into BlazBlue, you just leave. You know, people who stick with BlazBlue because it's a wide cast of amazing characters, a really interesting story, amazing music, cool aesthetics, a fun-ass gameplay. Like, it's an amazing game series that you just cannot forget. And I'm glad the community is still around to show that people still care about BlazBlue. And I hope it gets to ARCSYS, that it does. You know, I hope that what people liked about BlazBlue gets to ARCSYS. But I don't know. Because for all we know, there's probably one brand new guy who comes in and starts directing BlazBlue. We don't know who he is or she. We don't know who they are or who they will be. But we just gotta wait and see. That's all I can really say right now. Wait and see what happens. That's all I can say, because we don't know. That's the thing. We just don't know. We just don't know, and we probably won't know until Guilty Gear Strive gets to a point where it can stop, you know, using that, you know, marketing that game and just move on to another game they have. Don't know. But with ARCSYS and other projects, like, they're still working on DNF Duel. Like, they're still doing they're still doing Guilty Gear. Yeah, they're just focused on other stuff right now. Mostly Guilty Gear. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. I have high hopes that BlazBlue won't just be some bastardized version of itself in the future, but hell, a lot of fighting games have suffered crazy shit, so I have no idea. But I have faith. I mean, that's all you can really have at this point, is faith. Hey guys, this is the end of the video. I just wanted to say, if you actually made it to the end of this video, thanks. I really appreciate you guys listening to my rambling thoughts about the situation. Again, BlazBlue is a series I really love. It's been a huge influence in my life. A lot of people I've met is because of BlazBlue. Hell, a lot of stories I've written is because of BlazBlue, and writing is a very important thing in my life. I love to write. I love to create stories. And it's because of BlazBlue that I found my passion to write again. It's a really fantastic series that I hold to a high standard. And I really hope that ARCSYS will see that this game should not be left to the wayside, because BlazBlue is a good series, and I don't want to see what the next if the next game if the next game took away all of that, what would be BlazBlue at this point? But now we're going to have a new person probably at the helm. Who knows? A lot of fighting games have turned around. Some fighting games just had new people brought in. They did a really good job. They really understood the game. They really made it huge. But we don't know. We have no idea. And I'm scared. Honestly, it's actually a scary feeling. But I don't know. I just don't know. But yeah, that's all I can really say. I just wanted to really end the video here before I ramble on any further. I tend to do that. Peace out, everyone. Hope you have a great day. And if you haven't made it to this part of the video at the very least, please tell me what you liked about BlazBlue in the comment section below, and tell me your thoughts for the future. I really like to hear other people's comments and stuff, because I never like to just be the only person talking about this stuff, and I don't get to hear anybody else's feedback. A lot of people don't really watch my videos anyway, but for the people who do, I really want to hear what you guys got to say for it. So see you all next time. Peace out, everyone. Hope you all have a great day. Kaizouwar out.